Margaret LeAnn Rimes was born on the 28th of August, 1982, to parents Wilbur and Belinda. LeAnn spent her very early years in Jackson, Mississippi.
So LeAnn Rimes was born on August 28, 1982 in Jackson, Mississippi, and she was actually raised in Dallas, Texas, where she began performing in like local talent shows and variety shows starting at age 5.
So LeAnn Rimes moved to Garland in Texas when she was about 6 years old. Garland it's like a suburb of Dallas. It's its own town, its own area, but it's probably about 20 miles or so out of Dallas. And Dallas has got quite a good musical heritage. Other artists from there include Maren Morris and Kelly Clarkson, Miranda Lambert's from not too far away. And Texas as a whole has such a great musical heritage. Austin, of course, being the home of so much live music and really cool artists and performances. So across the state, it's a really good place. If you want to be in music, it's a good area to grow up.
After moving to Dallas at the age of 6, LeAnn surrounded herself by the rich sounds of country music. Some of her biggest influences were Barbra Streisand, Reba McEntire, and Patsy Cline.
These are singers who sing well-written, high-quality songs. They're not about gimmicks, they're not about quirky production, they're about the quality of the song. And that's something that LeAnn has continued with right through her career.
Her first appearance was in a production of A Christmas Carol, which almost led to her landing a role as the lead in a Broadway production of Annie. However, LeAnn's first standout appearance was in 1990 at just the age of 8, when she blew American households away, displaying her vocal abilities on the American reality talent show Star Search.
Must have a challenger. Yours is an elementary school in Garland, Texas. She's 8.5 years old. She knows she wants to be a star. So a Star Search welcome for LeAnn Rimes.
When you see the video of her on Star Search, she's 8 years old and has this confidence and this vocal quality that's just incredible for her age. She's also got the big Texas hair and just that confidence on stage. I mean, she was destined to be a star.
She eventually built a following in Texas, and by the time she was 11, got the attention of a record promoter, and that year, 1994, she recorded her first album.
After seeing LeAnn's ability on Star Search, local Texan DJ Bill Mack began collaborating with the young star. The first test of this collaboration was the 1994 single, Blue. Blue was released on LeAnn's first independent album called All That. The album wasn't a breakout hit, but it did get LeAnn more exposure, especially in the Dallas area.
There was a DJ in Dallas called Bill Mack who was on a station called WBAP, really big station, massive coverage area, and he had this song called Blue. He was looking for someone to sing it. He was a record promoter as well, did quite a lot of different things. And when LeAnn Rimes recorded it, she was really young. I mean, she was like 9, 10, 11 years old as she was getting into her career and recorded this song. And that was when people started to realize that her voice had this kind of Patsy Cline quality to it. And to be able to sing that well at that age is pretty phenomenal.
2 years later, LeAnn signed to Curb Records and released her debut studio album titled Blue.
Blue was an incredible album. When you consider her age, she was 13 when it came out, and the quality of the material on there and her performances was really something quite unusual.
One of the reasons why LeAnn Rimes truly became popular is because her vocal style was very similar to singing legend Patsy Cline's voice as well.
Her range was extensive, her pure vocal power was incredible. And when she burst onto the scene at the ripe old age of 13, America and the rest of the world fell in love.
Unsurprisingly, she went on to win Grammy Awards, CMA Awards. She was the youngest person to ever win a CMA Award when she got the Horizon Award from them. And what a start to a career.
This album featured a re-recording of the single Blue and the star's first music video.
The Blue video has that kind of timeless feel to it, with her sitting there with the microphone, the piano in the background in the studio, very much how performances were in the 50s and 60s, and sure, intercut with bits of other videos and stuff, but the overall feel is a very classy, timeless feel. But listen to that voice. I mean, that performance, for her age, is stunning.
The second single on the album was One Way Ticket. The video featured a young LeAnn Rimes singing in front of iconic American landscapes. Blue was a massive success, reaching number 3 on the Billboard 200 chart and number 1 on the Top Country Albums chart, as well as selling over 123,000 copies in its first week. LeAnn Rimes went on to win the American Music Award for Best New Artist, making this her first award at just 14 years old.
It feels wonderful. I'm very excited. This is my first award ever to win, and I'm very excited about it.
Is any of this overwhelming?
It really has been. Everything that's happened to me in 6 months usually happens to an artist in 2 or 3 years. So it definitely has been overwhelming. And to have the award go along with it, I mean, it's even more overwhelming tonight. So, but like I said, I'm very excited about it, and everything that's happened in my career is just, I'm taking it day by day and just enjoying it.
How do you maintain your focus?
How do I what now?
Maintain your focus.
I think I have a lot of people around me, and my mom and dad and the guys that are on the road with me. Everybody's just like my best friends, and I think that really keeps me on the ground. And I know myself, I don't want to let myself get the big head, and I know that, you know, this is a one-time thing, you know, it happens once in a lifetime, so I'm very excited about it, and, you know, I just try to take it day by day and just see how it goes. I definitely think Shania has, and a lot of women, all the women in music in general, have paved the road for people like me to come along, new women in country music or new women in music, and step up to where they have been. So I think that Shania and other women also have definitely paved the road. I've been working at this since I was 5. I mean, I told my mom and dad at age 5 this is what I wanted to do, and I started then. And this has always been my dream, and it's never changed. So I guess I could call it the early years. People might think it's funny, but it's really not, because I have been working at it. Thank you very much. Bye.
LeAnn also went on to win the awards for Best New Artist and Best Female Country Vocal Performance at the 39th Annual Grammy Awards, making history as the youngest person to ever win a Grammy Award. It didn't take long until she got back into the studio, and in 1997 she released her second studio album titled You Light Up My Life, Inspirational Songs, an album that combined re-recordings from her independent albums as well as brand new material.
The follow-up album was called You Light Up My Life, Inspirational Songs. This came out in 1997, which means that she was 15 years old and onto her second album already. How incredible is that? And the big song on it that everybody knows is How Do I Live? That's become one of those timeless ballads that you'll always hear on the radio, you'll always see on TV. And again, at that age, what an achievement.
How Do I Live was the standout single on this album, a powerful ballad that truly displayed LeAnn's vocal abilities. However, this single release was contested by fellow country singer Trisha Yearwood.
So How Do I Live was written by Diane Warren. She wrote it with LeAnn Rimes in mind, but then the labels thought maybe LeAnn Rimes wasn't quite the right voice, so they got Trisha Yearwood to sing it as well, Trisha's version being used in the film Con Air. But here's the crazy thing. Both versions got released on the exact same day in the States. May the 27th, 1997, both got released. Nuts.
Her booming vocals on How Do I Live Without You, everybody knows that tune, everybody knows that song. Why? Because of the sheer vocal power and talent of LeAnn Rimes. She can master a ballad like no one else. She reminds me of a younger Celine Dion. She has that same kind of vocal quality. may not have the star power or the likability of some of her contemporaries, but she certainly has the voice.
There'd be no world left for me and I. But baby, I don't know what I would do.
The video for How Do I Live mainly involves a lot of blue lighting and her standing in different parts of an empty room. It's got that kind of feeling of the late 90s in it. The vocal performance is fantastic. It's quite an iconic video of the time. And again, an incredible performance when you consider that LeAnn Rimes was in her mid-teens at the time.
How do I live without you, baby?
You Light Up My Life was another home run, topping the Billboard 200 charts and selling over 186,000 copies in its first week. How Do I Live was nominated for Best Female Vocal Performance at the 40th Annual Grammy Awards, and she went on to win Favorite New Artist at the American Music Awards and the Horizon Award at the CMAs. By the late 90s, it was safe to say that LeAnn Rimes was embracing every moment of her career and was getting used to being in the spotlight at every awards ceremony.
Good, how are you?